I'm Margaret Ann Windsor. My father's Edward VIII, who was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, school teacher from Madison, Wisconsin, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe. My father was taken down by a bunch of thugs and Illuminati, thugs, mafia, which included Sir Winston Churchill and the Archbishop of Canterbury. They didn't want my father marrying my mom, a beautiful lady, but it was okay to frame him and say that he married Wallace Simpson. A double did. There were more than one doubles pretending to be my father. More of the monarchy had one or two doubles throughout their lives, but in this case it was used rather than to protect my father, to take him down. And these two are in a grave with royalty, not my mom and dad, in Frogmore, Windsor. And here I sit over here still trying to tell my story, and someone to tell the truth about it, and the media is controlled by the Illuminati. Should they ever be forced to tell the truth, and that would be the key word, forced, it's much too late, people. I got you. I'm watching it this morning, the cover up. So anyway, this came from a person. I'm not sure that I didn't put this up yesterday. I think I started to, and I didn't mean to delete it, but I don't think I was able to put it up for whatever reason. Someone in this area obviously knows a little bit about what happened to me, lady, and I wanted to read what she put up. One of the things she put up. And here it is, so bear with me, and I'll try not to shed tears and cry, because someone cared enough and could see. I don't know if this was written by Arthur Miller. I don't think all this was, the first part of it maybe, but I think she knows what happened to me, and she put this up, and it was very carefully made and thought out. So she's a very sensitive lady. And here it goes to me. Because it's my name, because I cannot have another in my life, because I lie and sign myself to lies, because I am not worth the dust on the feet of those that hang, how may I live without my name? The Crucible by American playwright Arthur Miller. Seemed like I did try to put this up, so if I put it up again, excuse me. I don't think so, though. Don't think it went up. He married Marilyn Monroe. Arthur Miller did, which has nothing to do with this. She was murdered by JFK and the bunch. Illuminati that kidnapped me and took down my father. The Kennedys. I don't know that the Illuminati had anything to do with her death, but they're really another name for the mafia. That's the global government. After they took my father down, they had to do that to complete their mission and get it, and that's what they did. And Roosevelt sent JFK's dad, Joe, to the embassy as ambassador to the embassy in England, and 36 for the sole purpose of controlling my father and taking him down. These are good Irish, right? How about my mom and dad? They're O'Keefe's. They're the good Irish, the honest, not this sorry sot unless you think it's okay for him and his family and his son, Jeff K. Jr., to come up on the mountain when I had frozen and been run and raped and things done to me and my sons, who are heirs after me, Mark and Scott, that are unspeakable. And I hope and pray they're forced on the world to see. And how's that going to be? You got to take down your global government that came to be because they took down my father in lies and character assassination. So that would have to be done. for all the truth to be told. So I'm going to stop on this. You get it. Maybe it'll never be told. Take God himself, I guess. Okay, it's the name given to us by our parents is sacred. It defines us, gives us pride and security for our lovely I don't understand that part. For our lovely okay. Margaret, her name was stolen from her at a very young age. She was hurled into a world of, and that's true, she's got it down so pat here, unimaginable wickedness. She has met life course with such honor and nobility. These strengths and perseverance she has forged on, strength so incredible to make a home of on a lean-to during the brutal winter on the Appalachian Trail. Her livelihood, her livingness, and her very homelessness was taken from her. Strong yet gentle, disrespected and deprived, yet meek and humble. They may have taken her name, but will never have her soul. Miss Margaret, trust in the Lord with all your ways. Acknowledge him and lean not into your own understanding or learn. I'm not sure what she meant there. I'm crying. And her will be directed your paths. Sorry. All things are, well, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get through this. For God's glory. We may not see that in working, but God knows us before we were born. He knitted us together in the womb. He chose those and appointed those of such, I can't say, I'm going to stop, of those such time as this. Satan's evil has been, well, I must not have put this up yesterday because I can't read it today, my own writing here. Well, I'm crying. Excuse me. By God's plan and redemption, which was which was created before the foundation of the earth was laid. I do not belittle your suffering. It is beyond that of which most could bear, and I cannot comprehend it. Please know that our purpose in life is to glorify God, and you do that by demonstrating the fruits of the Spirit's in your life in the midst of suffering and adversity. I pray that you come to a deeper understanding of the Lord Jesus Christ and the known fills your heart. Knowledge fills your heart. So I put that up because this woman has to live here. In fact, I'm pretty sure she does. And I wanted to thank her because everybody knew what she's saying. They would sit by in Atlanta, in Huntsville, Alabama, here in the Roanoke area. And I'll go back to this. When I first came here in 86, cold. I was told by the Brits twice, and I know they will if they can, they would come back and get me here in this area. And I want to thank two men specifically, and I'm not going to name them. When I came here, he laid the way for me to know who he was and that there was somebody trying to look out for me. And the words were that they framed me. They framed my father. Then there was another that was on the bus with me the last time I believe I was on it. I'm not sure, coming back. And I can never let these people down. I know that it's been made where people come into the country and it belongs to them then. And I've said this, I may have put this up yesterday, I don't think it went up. Then it belongs to them and they don't care about me. The purpose is it belongs to them then. And there's people that say, well, look at you're British, look at the British Empire. And there's always a comeback, and I feel like I did this yesterday, and I don't think it got up. So they dismiss what happened to me and the caring. And I've had some nasty things put up recently when all I'm going to say anymore is because I'm watching it play out. Where was the NAACP? Where was the civil rights liberties in all this? Jesse Matthews, he didn't have you all trying to prove he was innocent. Wayne Williams is in state prison in Georgia. You didn't come in to support him when you knew. And I don't know, I'm not going to say anything else because I kind of got a threat the other day I did from what I put up about Fairfax. And he's the lieutenant governor and the governor here about what's happening in the connection. Not that they did anything in that. It's about the Jesse Matthews because it's, I won't get into it right now. Why haven't they told all this, though? Nobody has touched it. I will say this now. Last night I listened to Clyde Lewis again, Ground Zero. I get an hour of it. And he and Art Bell used to tell a lot of this, the truth about the global government, not all this. And George Norrie does now. He took over for Art Bell. Coast to Coast, Premier Broadcasting. I was listening to Clyde Lewis last night, and they know this. Indeed, they do. The problem with it is if they tell about me and who I am and what happened to my mom and dad and my country, uh, and the mind control murders, they have to tell about me and all this. What was done to me and my children here, and my mom and dad, and the takedown was of the British Empire. And that involved some of my own people there, though. So I'm saying that too, okay? I'm going to lose my train of thought here. I'm just going to hope and pray it all ends well and the truth's told, because in this mess, the NAACP, nobody, civil rights, you haven't heard anyone, doctors speak up, psychiatrists, and the one person that I thought, if anybody is good in this world, it's got to be Dr. Phil. He has never mentioned this, mind control, or any of it could be on his program. And believe me, they know. Mental illness is being blamed for mind control murders, or the people who have had their civil rights destroyed. They don't ask to be put under mind control, especially without their knowledge. And it would totally be without their knowledge. And the life they live, and you got O.J. Simpson. What happened to him that no one told him about? He was put up, that was a mind control murder. So they're very selective, I guess, in telling the truth, especially when it comes to me. They don't want all this told. I cared. And what I got back from it as of still today is, if I say one word, and I watched TV this morning, I'm not going to watch it for a while. Anyway, I've had enough. And I guess that's all I have to say. If I sound like babbling, where has everybody else been on this, except the people that have come on YouTube, especially of late, and are concerned about the same things I'm telling? And then you've got those that are just the nastiest, rudest people. And I thought, my God, some of these are the, no, you don't know. But how about, I'm going to mention this one thing, and without going any further, because I don't want to hurt this lady for her kindness. But let's say that she mentioned something, and she did, and she sent some books for me to read. She was going to find The Power of Psychiatry, and by Robichaud, a beautiful man who was murdered. They won't tell you that, but if you know the scenario of him referring Gene Srokerman, he was head of psychiatry and law at Emory University. He referred Gene Srokerman, a patient, or someone came to him for advice, to my attorney, Eugene Kaiser, a former Atlanta district attorney, Fulton County. She was gunned down on Christmas Eve at Larry McDonald's Hospital, Piedmont. I said that because I think his family were a big part in all of owning it. Or anyway, she worked for Hardiman, a psychiatrist. It was on Christmas Eve she was gunned down in his office. And there's such a connection to all this right there, if you ever hear it all. Anyway, this lady that I'm talking about, that I've just put this up, and I think I'm probably out of time. Let me see. I think I am. I think it's going off.